I'm good. How you doing?
Good. What was that? I guess what was that game like out there? Yeah, it seemed like it was maybe a tiny bit frustrating offensively, just not taking advantage. Not scoring as many points as maybe you thought.
It was a hard-fought game. Obviously it gets frustrating when we don't score, but that's the game and it happens. So I'm glad we got the win, and I feel like we played all right on offense.
Can the turnovers coming back to bite you guys a little bit? How was that trying to work through it and bouncing back from when they pop up for you?
Yeah, like I said, things happen. I congratulate our defense for playing hard. They kind of get us out of some tough situations, but yeah, the defense played a great game, and we got to fix the turnovers.
What do you think needs to be done to improve red zone efficiency?
Executing. We just don't execute. I mean, we got the good play calls, but we just got to execute.
Do you feel like you've improved this year, maybe just getting the hard yards between the tackle stuff from last year?
Yeah, definitely. They harp on getting vertical, so that's something I want to work on, and I continue to work on now. It's just getting vertical, and I work on it in practice a lot too. So yeah.
How good was it for you guys to see Jackson and Jake score, particularly Bobo's touchdown on Sunday?
Yeah, it was great. There's two guys that came in and they can make a great impact on the team already. So, I'm glad Jack's got the scores touchdown, and Bobo, that was just a crazy catch too. So.
Did Gino thank you for breaking his fall when he flipped down?
Nah, but that was crazy. He actually landed on me.
Excited for the throwbacks next week?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we had a shoot, like a 90s or some shoot, some months ago. I like the throwbacks. It's probably my favorite uniform right now.
What did sticking with the run do for the offense, you think?
I felt like we was getting first off, O-line did a great job. Felt like they did their job, and it made it easier for me. And when we can run the ball, I feel like it opens up a lot on the offense.
Anything else?
Thanks, Hannah.
Really solid win for us to get this done. Coming back home for the second time, we haven't been here for a while, and so we're trying to put together some consistency playing here, and where the consistency showed up was with our defense. They did a fantastic job again today to go back out at halftime, after halftime, and shut them down and not give anything up, and just play really good football. To answer the bell, we had 3 horrible turnovers in this game. It's so hard to win it at -3 in a game, and so the game, it stays close because of that. But the defensive guys did a great job of going out and there answering the bell. I think they got 3 points out of the 3 turnovers, so that's huge. It's a big source of pride for us that we do that well, and we have been doing it well during the season already, and we just did it again. So I'm really fired up about that. Pass rush was alive again today. A lot of opportunities for us to go get it, and I was really fired up that we finished it. That's the way we like to finish games here at Lumen, and chasing the quarterback around, getting sacks, and it like that. Gino had a really nice, solid game, and numbers were good. Brought the pups to life in this game. It was great to see Jackson get his first touchdown, and he had a number of contributions, and Bobo, freaking circus grab to hold that ball and get it by an eyelash down there and make that touchdown was a great play by both Gino and Bobo. But it's great for us, here we go, coming around to the halfway point, and to have those pups playing like that. They can play like starters, and they did. And so that's a great accomplishment through the process. It's what we shoot for, and so really, fired up to be able to say that those guys can go out there and play, and it doesn't matter what's going on or who's in the game or whatever. They'll play like starters. Kenny had a really good day. It was hard. It was a hard, tough day. Got over 100 yards, I think. That's what I heard. But he battled all day long and did a really nice job. So I think the guys up front, somebody gave me the number that this is the 5th variation of our offensive line. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's challenging. But those guys did well today, and they protected Gino, and I don't know what the sack thing happened like, but it was a really good job by those guys getting a 100-yard rusher and protecting the quarterback enough so that we could play a good football game. So a lot of good stuff. Penalties still were a factor. But today, again, we got better on third downs, both sides. I think we were 7 out of 13 on offense, which is a great improvement. And it might have been like 5 for 15 or something like that on defense, which is another. We did it last week as well. And that's a big deal for the way we're playing. That's why things are turning a little bit. So fired up that we're going places, and we got out of there pretty healthy, other than Chenna. Chenna has a pec strain, and we don't know anything about the extent of it at this point. It's a good looking coat, man.
Seemed like Jordan Brooks was just all over the place. I mean, he's still only 9 months from that surgery. Do you ever marvel at just what he's doing?
Yeah, John, he's never, ever even flinched. He really hasn't. We held him out of some practices and trying to not overload him in preparation for the games early on, but he hasn't even flinched. He's such a fantastic athlete, so strong and explosive and all that. You can't see anything in his game that's off. This is the best he's been, and he showed that, and he's just cleaned his game up so well, and where he's way more consistent than he was. It wasn't a consistency that he would go for stuff, and he maybe not at the right time, and his timing now is really much advanced, and so he's just playing better football.
Witherspoon had a couple of huge plays.
Oh, man. Did we know Witherspoon was out there today? The Spoon was out there again today. Golly. Had 2 great plays, another great hit, 3 great plays at least in the game, and unfortunately the penalties take those plays away. But you know he's out there, and really an exciting young player.
Do Gino's turnovers concern you at all? I mean, just there's been a couple.
Yeah, and it's something that we've been talking about. He got on the sprint. He's outside the pocket, and it didn't happen on rhythm, so it went to a late rhythm, and he took a shot trying to squeeze one in there, and that he knows. We saw him do that in camp a few times, and it's something that's topical, and he's sick about it. He just should have eaten the football or run with the ball right there. That's what the options are, and he tried to squeeze one in. We went quick on the snap, and we didn't handle it right. So, other than that.
When you challenged the public reception, did you know at the time, or did you get a word at the time that he got his foot in? Or did you
I had Nate and Carl screaming in my ear about to challenge it, and right down to the end of it, because I saw it too, and I couldn't tell, I saw it right down the sidelines. I saw what they had shown on the board, and I was just trying to evaluate whether or not they'd give us a shot to look at that thing. Sometimes they gave it great consideration. I mean, right now it's an eyelash, between him making it and not making it, and so. But it looked like the right call, and that's why we challenged it. We went for it, and maybe what gets lost in it is the throw and the catch. Gosh, it was a great throw and a great catch under duress, and the whole thing was a fantastic play.
It's one thing for Lockett to do that, but Bobo at 6'4", 200 plus, get his feet down like that.
Jake's got all that stuff in him. He's already shown us. We've already seen he's got the great knack in the sense and the awareness and space and spatial awareness, and there's no catch that he can't make. There's nothing he can't do with catching the ball and using his body and in that fashion. I mean, that's in a short time, 6 months of watching the guy. I totally trust him.
It looks like he's helping you out as a blocker too in the run game.
He continues to. Yeah, he's been doing that well, and he continues to. It just makes him more valuable for us in so many ways.
You talked last week about Jackson kind of just getting started. You like the next step he took?
Yeah, no doubt. He just feels so much better and contributing so well. The call was a great call from Shane, and it was so easy that Jim just threw it at him down on the goal line on the touchdown. But it was the other plays that were really good plays for him. So, like I said, those guys play like starters.
How close was DK to playing? And I guess not having him.
He's hurt. No, he wouldn't. If he could have played, he'd have played. Don't for a second think that he's looking for a way out of this thing. That's not him at all. He's sick that he couldn't play, and he tried and tried to stay with it. He's played the last couple weeks under tremendous duress and played well in those circumstances. This just added up too much, and he couldn't get it done. So if he can get back, he'll be back.
You've talked so much about Boye Mafe's improvement. He missed a few plays in the first half, but it seemed like he was frequently back there disrupting Joshua Dobbs. How much did he key this defensive performance?
No, he continues to. He's continuing to be a factor. There's no doubt. He did jump when he shouldn't have. He had the guy, and the guy wasn't even throwing it. So he's still got stuff to learn. Okay, and he had a clean sack opportunity that he kind of, he went airborne on it. So he's got more to learn, but he is a big factor. Yeah, he's doing a really good job. I thought Darryl had a couple rushes too, did a nice job, and the guys they're contributing. You can tell we've got something going here, and really excited about it.
What did you think of Gino's somersault play down in the goal line?
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
think of
I forgot all about that one. No kidding. That was a great play. There's a big play that happened in another game today where a guy was flipping and something like that. Gino's was better. He completed the jump.
Did you think of challenging that play to see if he was in, or?
No, we thought we were going to knock it in. But I was just glad he got up, to tell you the truth.
Did you feel fortunate he landed on Walker? That might have raised his.
Well, it was probably designed that way. They were thinking about it. I don't know. We're just lucky. It was a great effort, and that just shows you who he is and how willing he is to do whatever it takes.
What did you think of the call on Mafe and that whole sequence where they took away the interception and all that?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't have any evaluation of what happened on the play.
Pete, I think it's 3 straight opponents you've held under 250 total yards. Is that how much of that is predicated on your run defense and kind of playing off the back of it?
Yeah, we played the run really well, except we let the quarterback get out on the 25-yard first and 25 play, which is, that's our touchdown that we gave up on the day. And we had it scheme-wise. We should have played the play really well, and we didn't. We're really playing running game well, and it's been every time we've been out from preseason on throughout. That's the commitment from the coaches and the players that's getting that done. That's consistency, and that's where it all starts. Remember way back when it starts there. Okay, this is where we build from, and it's working. So unfortunately, they get a bunch of yards today from the quarterback, but the quarterback element is really the hardest factor. We had it schemed. We just didn't execute as well as we needed to keep him down. But we're playing really well there, I think.
What's it looking like for Abe Lucas possibly getting back this week?
I can't. From what I'm hearing, I can't say he's coming back this week. I don't know that. He's got to surprise us a little bit. It's just taking time for this process to get him right, and we don't want to rush it now that we've gone this long. So I don't know. I don't know until we get through the week.
Just on Kenny McIntosh.
He's doing great. Yeah, he is right on the verge of coming back. Yeah.
What about Jason Peters?
This should be his week. He should be ready. If we got a spot for him to play, he's ready to go. It was all but this week, but next week he'll be ready if he makes it through the week and everything goes well. So I'm looking to see where he can fit in and contribute to us, and it depends on who's available, next week.
Did you get a sense of how Olu played at center and just kind of handling it?
I think he did okay. I felt solid about it. We did mishandle a snap in there, but other than that, it felt like he was doing all right. He's really a bright kid, and it's just not too big for him. You know, he's played in a lot of big games in his college career and all that. It's not too big for him to do this. Really handles things well. So that's a fine job by him. Evans should have a chance to come back next week. We'll see what happens.
2 for 2 on challenges?
Say it again?
2 for 2 on challenges?
Yeah, that was a good day for challenging, man. He got a lot of help, though. We good?
Anything else? Thank you.
How good do you feel about the way this defense has been playing for the last month or so?
Feel really good. I feel like obviously there were some plays that we could have executed better, but overall to hold team to 10 points and under 250 yards, that's we're moving in the right direction.
Bobby, there was 100 yards in the Cardinals had 100 yards in the ground in the first half and only 23 in the second. What changed?
We just had to be on the quarterback runs. We knew they were going to do that coming into the game. The one that got on us, we need to be better, and I believe they checked into a blitz that we had. But other than that, I think we communicated better throughout the second half and made sure we played the scheme better.
Saw you standing on the field looking at the replay when they were showing Jake and the challenge and stuff like that. What did you think of that? The catch and kind of that whole sequence of Pete challenging it.
You watch him make those catches at practice. When they do one-on-ones or things of that nature. So when I saw it, I thought he got his foot down. I was hoping Pete challenged it, and he did. And it's a great throw, great catch. Glad we challenged it.
What have you thought of his ascension from, undrafted rookie with the slow 40 time to a guy who's really helping you guys out now?
I think people get too caught up in the 40 time, to be honest, just period. I feel like I've met so many players that run 4.2 that didn't make it to the league, and I met a lot of guys that run 5 flat that, had a hell of a career. So, I think we put too much into the 40 time, in my opinion. But watching him when he first got in here and he was preparing and he was, you watch him run routes, you watch him do extra stuff off the field, extra workouts, things of that nature, that propelled him into, making the team. And then, he worked even harder to find a role, and he's really mastered that role. And when we had some guys down, it was his opportunity to step up, and he did, a really, really good job, not just in the past, but he's very effective in the run game as well. So, I think it's just a really cool story for guys that don't get drafted. If you work hard and you do what you need to do, he's a guy that can show you that he can make it.
Felt like Jordan was really all over the place today. What do you think he's doing better now than he did 2 years ago when you guys played together?
I think he's trusting himself. He's trusting what he sees. I think he's playing free, not thinking. He's always been fast and always been, make plays. But, I think some of the plays he's just trusting his instincts, trusting his film study. And I think that always happens over time as you, play in this league. You learn to trust what you see. You learn to trust your preparation. And, he's done a really, really good job. And, again, I don't want to, keep harping on it, but I will. What he's doing is so impressive because he had a crazy injury, I think pretty late in the season. And a lot of people thought that he wasn't going to be back. But not only is he back, he's playing at a very, very high level. And he's making a lot of plays. So, again, I don't want to overlook the road that he had to get to this point and how well he's playing.
You guys, they had 2 turnovers pretty deep in your territory, and they only got 3 points out of it. Just how much pride is defense to keep a team from scoring in those situations?
Yeah, we practice those, sudden change moments. You don't want to, as a defense, have offense turn the ball over or have something, crazy like that happen. But, those plays is all mindset. You can get frustrated at what happened, or you can embrace the challenge, take it as a challenge, and, see if you can get no points on the board. And that's kind of how we approached it.
Second straight game under 33% third down conversion rate for the other team. What are you noticing that's really changing things for you guys there? Because early on in the season, third down was kind of the Achilles heel for you guys.
What was it? It was 33%?
Under 33% the last 2 games.
I just think the emphasis, after a couple of those games in the first part of the season. We're still in the first part of the season, but understanding what teams are trying to do, being more sticky in coverage, putting more emphasis into that because those plays extend drives. If they complete third downs, you stay on the field a lot longer. I think early on, we were having those crazy 14-play drives, and so you get off the field on third down. It allows you to be fresh throughout the game, and you get the ball back to the offense. I think it's just we've been emphasizing it and making sure that the communication in that part of the game is crisp.
On top of playing well, did you notice Jordan playing just a little bit more pep, like more energy, more juice today, particularly in maybe that second half?
I think when you make plays, it naturally brings the energy, and so he's kind of like Jamal. Like when he's making plays and when he's out there, you feed off of that energy, and so he definitely was excited because he was having some hits. I think Spoon had a nice hit, and so I think we were just feeding off each other, and Jordan was a part of that.
Excited to wear the throwbacks next week?
Huh?
Excited to wear the throwback uniforms next week?
I am extremely excited to wear throwbacks. I still think that we should have black jerseys, but I'm not going to complain.
All right, anything else? Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You obviously had already played before this game, but to get back in front of this crowd, how was that?
Felt great. Obviously, just going into it, hard to sleep last night. I was so excited. But, the energy was there. We were feeding off one another. And it's nothing like being at home.
How do you feel this defense really coming together the last couple of weeks, with the addition of you, the way Devon's, Witherspoon's kind of come along?
I think it's just, attention to detail. We understand our assignment. We understand where everybody else is at on the field. We don't, just know our job. We know the 3-receiver hook. We know who has the wheel route. We know who has the weak hook. So we're just feeding off one another. That just goes back to, through the week of just communication as far as, knowing what our assignment is, knowing where guys are. And if we keep that up, the sky's the limit.
Does Devon Witherspoon remind you of anybody, just the physicality, the energy?
Nah, he remind me of Devon Witherspoon, man. He's that guy, man. I'm excited since he came here. One of the smartest rookies I've ever been around. Obviously, just a complete baller. Game changer, can do it all. That's my guy.
You said the sky was the limit. What is the potential for this defense, do you think?
I mean, the highest of the highest, Super Bowl. That's our goal. But one game at a time. We take it. That's our approach. We don't look forward. We don't look, in the past. We just try to keep our head down, fix whatever mistakes we need to fix, and continue at it. We obviously we still left a lot of things on the table. You know what I mean? And as a defense, we're just so competitive to fix it and get it right, to hold people out of the end zone. That's our mindset. So as long as we do that, we'll be fine.
From a run game perspective, what did you?
It's a nice suit. I like that. Nice jacket.
From a run game perspective, what did you see as the difference from the first half to second half? They were averaging over 6 yards a carry the first half. So
Right.
like misdirection was giving you guys.
Yeah, we just, we had to see what they were going to give us. They gave us their best punch. Obviously, we made some adjustments in the half, and came out and, executed. We just needed to play our ball game, and that's what we did.
There has to be another side of the story in Cincinnati on the sideline. What happened to them?
Oh, man, hey, I just try to, it is what it is. I'm not going to speak on it. Just obviously excited for the win. That's an NFL, situation, and, hey, I ain't going to speak. It's all good.
What do you think got into Jordan Brooks today?
As far as what?
Seemed like he was looking like you with the post-play stuff.
Man, I just think, he was a little down at halftime. Obviously, he wasn't playing his game, his brand of football. And, everybody was just keeping him positive, keeping him happy. That's what we do. I went up to him and, just reminded him from the past of all the sacrifice him and I had to go through, just out there grinding 24 hours just to get our knee back to normal somewhat, and just all the sacrifice we had to put in. So I just reminded him, from things from the past of what we went through. He got his mind right, and he came out there, he was flying around, hitting everybody.
How are you feeling physically? How close to, normal do you feel?
I'm not, yeah, I'm not normal yet, but I am sore as hell. You know, I feel good. I feel good. I feel better after a win. I'll tell you that. But, you know, it's just a daily process with me as far as, you know, just my routine of how I take care of my body and what I need to do before the game or after the game. So when I leave here, I have a whole routine at home. So I got to get to that. But obviously just taking care of the body it's a whole different ball game. And obviously I had to make some adjustments through the years. But I'm really happy of where I am right now.
You get a clean look at Spoon's hit?
I just seen it. I just seen it on my phone. Oh my God. Yeah, that was we knew exactly what play was coming. I was sitting inside. I was just waiting. I seen him, you know, come off slow, and as soon as he went out, I knew Spoon was coming. Again, phenomenal football player.
It's only been a few games since you came back, but how do you feel about the way that the three safety looks are meshing and getting Quandre involved more at different positions and Julian Love moving around?
I think it's phenomenal, man. You know, just getting everybody on the field at one time. You know what I mean? I think that's special. So much versatility to where we can do anything. Anybody can play any position. We just feed off one another, man. Again, we're just excited. The sky's the limit. We're just going to keep our head down and work.
Excited to wear the throwback uniforms next week?
I am. Looking forward to that. I got to work on my cleat game right now, so trying to customize something right now. Hopefully I get it in time, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
With Witherspoon, how difficult is it for a rookie to have this impact inside and outside the league?
I don't know. I mean, you got to ask him on that because my rookie year, I was ass. So I don't really know. He's a phenomenal football player. Again, hats off to him. He's very smart. He's very, you know, coachable. He listens. It's a rare find, man, and it's a reason why he's a top 5 pick.
So he's not ass?
He's definitely not ass.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How we doing?
Yeah,
Good, good.
Take us through Jake Bobo's phenomenal catch there on the sideline and getting both feet down in bounds.
Yeah, you know, it was a great play call by Shane, great play design by Kerry Joseph. You know, I thought Bobo did an excellent job of, you know, it was a double move, so he did an excellent job of, you know, trying to get the guy to bite. Really didn't bite as much as we thought he would, but he still, you know, won at the end and was just giving him an opportunity ball, you know, in the back of the end zone. I mean, phenomenal footwork. I think, you know, now we can say Jake's probably up there with Tyler when it comes down to the toe drag swag. So, you know, that was a great job by him and obviously an awesome call and great protection all around as well.
What did you see on Jackson's touchdown?
Yeah, another great design, man. You know, I don't think they get any more open than that. You know, coach called it up, dialed it up for the right coverage. We got exactly what we wanted. You know, the protection was great, gave me a chance, and then Jackson, you know, obviously ran his route, made a great catch and scored. You know, it was great. It was great for him to get that first touchdown.
Getting the two rookies involved on a day you didn't have BK Metcalf, how big was that for the offense?
You know, I think it was huge, man. I think it was huge for, you know, not only Jackson and Bobo, but I think it was huge for just our overall offense, you know, to see those guys continue to step up and make great plays and for their confidence and you know, obviously for the chemistry that we're building together. I think it was great. And so, obviously, there's going to be a ton of guys who have an opportunity to step up on this offense and do great things. But for those two guys, man, I'm just so proud and so happy for them.
How do you think the offense played today?
You know, I think we, you know, if I'm being honest, I don't think we played up to our standard. I think you know, personally, I feel like we left a lot out there. And, I mean, it's the league. Any win you get, you're going to be happy with, right? So a win's a win. But, you know, it's kind of this weird feeling that I got, you know, specifically that, you know, feeling like I haven't done enough, haven't played my best game. But, you know, still, you know, we're winning and, you know, we're getting the job done. But, you know, a lot left out there, I feel like. So, I'm so excited to get to work tomorrow so we can fix those things, clean up the mistakes that I've been making and, you know, try and play a complete, clean game.
What did you see on the interception?
Yeah, I mean, play call was a sprint left and initially got covered. I thought Bobo did a great job at, extending the play to the second play. He wheeled up, was actually open on the sideline, was giving him a shot, was going to throw that high ball. Maybe he can get his feet in, and my arm got hit. Obviously changed the trajectory of the football, and those are things, again, that I'm talking about, right? Like, if we clean up those mistakes, I mean, how good can we be, right? And so, as always, I put that on myself. No one else made that mistake but me, and so I just got to be better in those situations.
What about the fumble?
Again, just, bad by me, a mistake. That can't happen. Putting our defense in tough situations. Luckily we have a great defense that we have that continues to go out there and show us that no matter where the situation is or what it is, they have backbone. They're going to go out there and stop them. And so, I mean, you talk about playing complete team football. That's what it's about. Offense and defense helping each other. But I think we got to do a way better job at not putting them in those situations, and I got to be better in those situations myself.
Gino, you moved up to number 6 all-time in the Seahawks passing touchdown list. What does that mean to you?
As of right now, I mean, I'm just, happy to have this opportunity. Happy to, be able to go out there and compete and play with the guys. Happy to be a part of this organization, to even say that, my name's somewhere in the record book. So I'm just very thankful and grateful.
This is the 5th different offensive line combination you've had in 6 games. Just what can you say about the way those guys keep getting the job done?
Man, I got the ultimate faith in those guys up front. I know how hard they prepare. We communicate, myself and the linemen, the guards, the centers. We talk all week about, fronts, protections, run game. We're in this thing together, all 11 playing together. But it starts up front, as we all know, and just proud of the way those guys have, accepted the coaching. Coach Andy is doing a great job at preparing those guys during the week and having them on point for game day. And so whoever's out there, we know they're going to get the job done, and, just happy to be a part of it.
When you say you haven't played your best game, you're still winning, are you talking about the season as a whole, or are you talking about you were just talking about today?
Today and just as a whole. I just feel like I haven't, played nowhere near to where I'm capable. And, I mean, like I said, it's hard, man. It's tough. They're out there. They're going to try and stop us. And, shoot, man, I believe I have a tremendous amount of talent. And, I put the work in. I study. I know what's going on out there. And, it's just one or two mistakes, in just about every game that I keep coming up here and talking about. But I feel like if I can clean those things up, where can we go as an offense? So that's what I'm striving for. Like I said, I'm ready to get back to work tomorrow so that we can correct that.
The series when you got to the 1 and then couldn't get it in, did they just kind of have good defenses against you guys there, or sort of?
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job at keeping us out. They were stout up front. And that's something that, again, like I said, we got to be better in the red zone. We got to execute better. I got to, help us out in any way that I can in those situations. And, those are things that, like I said, you can look at and say, man, we're one of the best offenses, and we still haven't reached our peak yet. So that's a positive thing, I think. We got to look at it glass half full right here. So I think we can be a lot better, especially in the red zone. I think we did better on 3rd down today, but overall, we just got to keep working.
I've asked every player that they're excited about the throwback uniforms, but judging by your hat, I think I know the answer.
Oh, I'm super excited. Can't wait. Can't wait to, have them on and see the fans. Everyone's going to be excited about it.
Can you remember a time in your any level of football that you've had 5 different starting offensive line combinations in 6 games?
Honestly, I don't even count them. I don't remember a time, but I'm not even looking at it like that. I trust every single guy who's out there. I know how hard. I mean, think about being an offensive lineman, right? Like just how hard they got to work throughout the game, and they rarely receive the credit they deserve. But without those guys, nothing happens. Nothing can go. And so any guy that we have out there, we trust those guys to do their job just as all the other guys got to do his job. So just happy to have those guys in front of me, and they've been playing great. And, I just got to keep making them better.
All right, Gino. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Looked like you guys were all having a lot of fun out there in the second half, just making plays and celebrating. Just this defense as a whole, how do you feel about the last few games you've had?
It's been fun. Dude's been getting hit. I think the first half we was a little slow coming out, but the second half it was fun. And I think these last 3-4 weeks, I think we've really been finding our identity. And so I'm just happy where we are and excited to see where we're going.
What is your identity on defense?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's a lot of things in one. Violent, discipline, as far as being where we need to be, gap-wise and pass fits. I think we need to limit the flags, myself included. But other than that, I think we're disciplined, we're fast, we're violent, all those things in one.
When they go three safeties at nickel, you have to come off the field.
It's the worst thing in the world. It's the worst thing in the world.
Does that motivate you that, hey, I've got a limited amount of reps to get plays done?
Yeah, it definitely motivated me today. First half, I kept coming in, coming out, and so I wanted to make up for that. And so, yeah, I think I did that.
What was your take on the scrum and that happened and the one penalty and stuff like that on the play where Devin had the interception?
Wait, what?
Well, the I don't know. You got called for personal foul.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, sure. I seen guys all over. I think it was Bobby on the ground. Devin was on the ground, so I had to go break it up. And I shoved the guy. He shoved me back, and yeah, I got the call. So that's on me.
The play you made on Dobbs on third down, when you ran across the field to get him about a yard short of the line of game, is that the kind of play that you're not thinking about it during the play or during the game, but that it shows you how far you've come and how you're all the way back?
Yeah, I mean, they had a yard to go. I think they ran like a boot sprint out or something like that. I was on the backside. I was like, shoot, I'm not dropping in the coverage. Like, I'm finna go get him. And so, you know, like I've been telling y'all, I've been feeling good, like, from post-injury. And so I think I showed that today.
Are you particularly looking forward to those third and shorts, since that's the down you stay on the field?
Yeah, that's money down, you know. Like, they got a yard to go, and we got to stop them. And so I'm licking my chops on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
Seemed like you were showing more emotion today than what we've normally seen after making plays. Can you say right now that you're having as much fun as you've had since you've been in Seattle playing on this defense?
Yeah, I mean, look who I'm playing with. I'm playing with Bobby Wagner. I'm playing with Jamal, Q Diggs, Young Spoon, Tariq Woolen, Chenna, Jay Reed. I mean, it's a bunch of guys that can play ball. And, like, when you look around and see that, like, if that don't make you excited, I don't know what does. And so I think that's what it is. And honestly, getting hurt is giving me more appreciation for the game. I think in the past, y'all see me make a play and I wouldn't do anything. Like, I just walk off. But it's just appreciating where I'm at and appreciating who I'm playing with. And so I think that's what y'all are seeing right now.
Excited to win the throwbacks next week?
Oh, I can't wait. I got some cleats. I think mine will probably be the best on the team. And so I can't wait to put those out.
Is it defense when you see a cornerback hitting the way Witherspoon is? Just how excited does that get you guys?
It gets me fired up. It gets me fired up because he's nothing but a $125, but he's out there hitting. So it's exciting to see him.
When you rattle off all those names like you just did, does that make you excited for what the potential is down the road, even more than right now?
When we do what again?
You were listing all the names of the defensive guys. Does that excite you for the potential down the road?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like we still haven't even been at our best. We got so much room for improvement, and that's what makes me excited. And I know that the guys that we have, you know, they feel the same way. And they're going to take it to heart and do everything they can during the week to make sure that we're better. So I can't wait.
All right, anything else?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How you feeling? Good. Feeling good. Back in win column. Always good.
We saw you talking to the official when you got up after the touchdown. Were you talking because you knew you got your foot in, or were you kind of checking like what he said?
I was asking him if it was close. He said real close. Obviously looked up at the board. Didn't know if they were going to rule in my favor, but happy they did.
Jake, this is the first time in Seahawks franchise history 2 rookie receivers have scored a touchdown in the first half. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I just heard that. Means a ton. I mean, we were waiting for Jax to get going. Obviously knew we needed to get him the ball. We did today. So now you guys are seeing what we see every day in practice. But with 14 out, we knew we were going to have to step up. Obviously, he'll be back soon. He'll be back healthy. So, you know, I was just looking to fill his big shoes, and felt like we did a little bit of that today.
So when you know that Metcalf's not playing, are you nervous? Are you excited?
Just, your mentality changes a little bit because I know kind of my role when he's healthy is, I'm going to do a lot in the run game and then come in when those guys are gassed, when they're tired. So I knew I was going to do a little bit more today. So, yeah, mentality changed, but, wasn't more excited or more nervous or anything like that.
What were you kind of thinking then during the replay process? And I assume you kind of looked up at it and was there a point where you
just give it to me.
Yeah.
Just give it to me. Happy they did.
Judging by your hat, I can assume you're pretty excited about the throwback game.
I'm very excited. Yeah, this is courtesy of Eric Kennedy, equipment manager. Asked me if I wanted it. Of course I'm going to say yeah. Big week.
I saw DK come over and talk to you after the touchdown. Did he say anything this specific to you? Or?
Yeah, just congrats. I mean, with a guy like DK on the sideline and his football IQ, I'm just picking his brain. What are you seeing out of 20? What are you seeing out of 24? And he'll give me his diagnosis, and then we go from there. But yeah, that was, I think, just a congratulations.
Was your phone kind of blowing up when you got back to it after the game?
Got a lot of texts, so I'll work on that tonight.
Is it hundreds?
I haven't counted, probably. But yeah, I mean, it's a good problem to have.
You obviously get a lot of attention for the touchdown, but how much do you enjoy playing like the block on the Jackson Smith and Jig, the catch where you just drove the guy all the way out of bounds?
I take pride in that. Like I said earlier, that's kind of my role when everybody's healthy. And so yeah, I have a good time going down there with the big fellas and knocking heads some. So it's fun for sure.
Gino said the touchdown was a double move and all that. Was that kind of designed to go to you, or were you thinking it's coming to you the whole way? Or?
It's just his diagnosis, depending on scheme. If we were getting one high versus two high, I think we got one high there, and they manned us up to the field, and knew we had a double move. Thankful for those guys in protection. They held up. I just watched it, and he was back there for a while. So got to give credit to those guys too.
You talked a few days ago about your confidence growing, but
it's a great jacket.
Thank you. How much has Geno Smith's trust in you helped with that regard? Like him going right after you first drive in this game with DK being out.
I mean, it helps me a ton, just knowing that he trusts me in that situation, like you said. And for me, it's just continuing to build that trust, and letting him know with my play that in kind of bigger situations, he can come to me. He did a little bit today, so I'm thankful for that. But, we got a long way to go, for sure.
Because in college, you only need 1 foot in, is it safe to assume that's the first time you've done a 2-foot drag from end zone?
Possibly. I learned from the best in 16, so just being able to watch him has been huge.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Want to give my thanks and all glory to God. Thought today was a good day. Proud of my guys getting the dub. Happy to be a part of that. Happy to contribute. Obviously got my first TD, so just thankful for that, and excited for what this team can be. I thought the offense, I thought we could clean up some things for sure, but, we got the pieces and tools to do that. So I thought defense played outstanding. And, so offense, hopefully we'll clean that up and, showcase, how good we are in these coming weeks.
I'm sorry. When you're running free down the left slot, how similar was the feeling to Cincinnati with a play that you were that schemed that far over?
You're talking about Cincinnati?
How similar was that?
Kind of similar, I knew I was a big read during that play, so I'm happy we got to get the job done this time.
What do you do with the ball?
With the ball, I give it to Mom. She can have it. She likes things like that.
The way guys came off the sideline to celebrate that with you, we saw Witherspoon and Jeff Knight. How cool that moment, how all those guys were.
Man, it's amazing. Definitely Spoon and, the rookie class, the guys I really built a bond with, but, all the older guys, showing us the way. It's truly meant a lot. I want to give a shout out to DK and Tyler Lockett, for, putting a lot into me and, giving me the confidence, more confidence to go out there and show what I can do.
What did it mean for you to be able to score a touchdown and then see Jake come back a couple of drives later and score a touchdown? Both you guys stepping up with DK not being available for the first time in his career.
Yeah, it's big. It's huge. You know, Bobo, he's a great player, and you know, I knew he was going to get one today, if not, you know, more. So he, you know, took advantage of the opportunities, and, you know, that's just what we got to do as young receivers, you know, trying to figure out our role. And, you know, I heard it's a part of history, so that's definitely cool for us, you know. And, you know, everybody on this team, I'm sure you heard it a lot, but, you know, we believe in Jake, and Jake's a great player. And, you know, hopefully we continue to make a lot more plays.
Seeing as though you were kind of the face of the official announcement, how does it? Are you excited to wear the throwback uniforms next week?
Yeah, they look good, huh? Yeah, they look good. Appreciate the media team for doing that. You know, I know how big that is. You know, for our fans. You know, the 12s, and yeah, you know, look good, feel good, play good. So, you know, hopefully we bring that next week.
What's it been like playing through the wrist injury?
You know, it was hard. It was definitely a challenge, an obstacle, but you know. And came back fast, speedy recovery, you know, thanks to God. And, you know, it's been difficult, but it's been feeling a lot better these last weeks. So definitely thankful for that.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is that it?